Alright, what's good? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're actually going to be looking at the ArmorAir Grand Combo case from Benks. Shout out to them for sending this to me to review. And in the last video, I used a dummy model. But in this video, I actually have the actual Z Fold 7 now. I'm going to actually apply the screen protector and also put on the case onto this phone. If you are interested in buying this case, the links will be in the description, and you can use my code Jamal15 to get a discount on Benks' website. Benks recommends that you put on the case before you put on the screen protector that it comes with, because it does not have a lineup tool for the screen protector. They also have a tutorial. I will link it in the description. The back of the case. Again, this is just a really nice looking case. I know it is gonna take away from the blue of the phone. It still is a really nice case, and I mean take away as in like hiding the color. Now let's put the phone in, just make sure it's lined up proper, and there we go. That's what the back of the phone looks like with this case on, and you still see a little bit of blue coming through, not bad. And now for the front of the case, make sure everything's locked in place and lined up. So this is how the case looks fully on an actual Z Fold 7. I think it looks pretty good. It's not too bulky at all, still has good protection, and most importantly, it still has MagSafe on the back. So you can use a bunch of different MagSafe accessories with your Z Fold 7 very effortlessly and easily. Prop it up on your desk, use it on a tripod, and just do so many different things. So MagSafe always appreciated. And then you do get wireless charging through the MagSafe port, but at the same time, it's not gonna line up perfectly with certain MagSafe power banks like the Benks one, because of how big the camera bump is, unfortunately. You can angle the Benks one and it will charge, but it's not going to be a perfect connection. And you can also use MagSafe power banks like this that are a little bit thinner. So this will charge the phone and securely sit. So MagSafe is still really good on this case, and let's open it up to see the back. This is what it looks like fully on an actual Z Fold 7. Really nice, very thin, but still protective. So I like that. Then your button cutouts, easy to access the buttons, especially the fingerprint reader up and down. No problem with that. Now let's look at the gestures. So swipe it from the bottom of the app, no problem at all. A lot of these cases, they're very bulky. They come up with the lips, and I think this still adds some protection when you put your phone screen down, because it's still lifting it off of the table. It's not super bulky where you can't use your gestures normally, so I can still use all my gestures just fine with this case on. This is actually one of the only cases that I have, full freedom in terms of my gestures. So usually cases give me problems. So that's nice. Opening it up, it doesn't move because of the adhesives. It feels pretty nice and sturdy. The bottom is a little bit flexible with the front piece of the case, but that's to be expected because it is a thin piece of, material. But if you don't push on this part, you should be fine. I have no issues opening it up without the case moving. Pretty easy to use inside, no problems at all. The hinge protection does not get in the way at all as well, and when you open it, it does go over the screen, but it is slightly lifted because of the lip of the front piece of the case, so it might not scratch the screen. However, we also have a screen protector, so we're going to put that on. The premium glass looking screen protector from Benks with the ArmorAir combo. You got your stuff that you need to apply it, and let's actually look at the tutorial just to make sure we don't get it wrong. All right, so after you apply the case, use the wet wipe to clean it, dry wipe to get rid of the moisture, get rid of any dust particles, peel the case back, screen protector back, and start from the bottom. That simple. All right, so wet wipe, dry wipe, dust collector, and here we go. So you peel this off from the top, and then you just slide it in. So it uses the case as the frame. You might have to move it a little bit to line it up perfectly, but once you get it in, it should be good. Should fit very snug and perfect. And then you can push out these extra bubbles, but they should also just disappear in a few hours. And that's it. Screen protector applied. Looks pretty seamless, to be honest, with the case. And now my Fold 7 is protected. Obviously the weight is going to be increased, so let's actually weigh it. So Z Fold 7 normally without the case and screen protector is 215 grams on my scale. So now let's actually weigh it. About 260 grams, so you're getting an increase of 45 grams when you put on this case and screen protector. That is to be expected. However, 260 grams is really not that bad when you consider the kind of protection you're getting. Like usually cases that have hinge protection are way more bulky, way more heavy, and also way more thick. But this maintains a very slim profile. Like look at this. Side by side with a regular slap phone, a big slap phone, it is about the same thickness with a case on. And honestly, within range of the weight of a regular smartphone as well. So really not bad at all. Let's hit it with the pocket test. So putting it in my pocket, I mean, it's as easy as putting a Z Fold 7 is in your pocket. Not bad at all. Feels like a normal smartphone. Doesn't feel too bulky or too hard to get into my pocket. Opening it up from my pocket, super easy, super smooth. The ergonomics are just gonna be good. Let's do a typing test. So typing with this case on, pretty good. There's no issues typing with this case on. Some of the other cases, you know, it's gonna feel pretty bulky and make it even wider than a normal smartphone. But this is about the same width as a normal smartphone with a case, a generic case. So, you know, it really is just the full evolution to a regular smartphone with this case on. And of course, when you open it up, it's still a very thin tablet. So yeah, this is the Benks ArmorAir combo case. Comes with a screen protector and it has a front and back piece. MagSafe built in, wireless charging works on this case, hinge protection, and it's very stylish and clean, thin, premium Kevlar material. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this case. I'm not typically a case guy, but I might actually keep using this case. So we will see in the near future. But make sure you subscribe because more videos on the way on a Z Fold 7 and other devices like the Nothing Phone 3. So yeah, that's all for now. We out. Peace. If you are interested in buying this case, the links will be in the description and you can use my code Jamal15 to get a discount on Benks' website.